right, these are the division notes for the Health Science Bootcamp for Broward College. And before you watch this video, please read the chapter on dividing whole numbers. So let's say that you have 12 cookies and you want to package them into 4 bags. So let's draw these 12 cookies. Of course, my cookies are just dots. So there's 6 of them, and I'll do 6 more. So I have these 12 cookies, right? And I need to put each of these cookies into a bag, and I have 4 bags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 cookie in a bag, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to move from bag to bag, and when I run out of cookies, then I'll see how many cookies are in each bag. So I'm going to put this cookie in the bag, put this cookie in a bag, this one in a bag, this one in a bag. Now I've run out of bags, so I have to start again. So I'll put 1 in a bag, this one, in this bag, and this bag. And then I'll do it again. So this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. So what I did was I took each one of those and I separated it into 4 bags. And how many cookies are in each bag? Well, each bag has 3 cookies. Oops. Now think of the multiplication that we did in the multiplication notes for this course, right? If I had said, hey, I've got 4 bags with 3 cookies in each bag, then you would say, okay, I could figure out how many cookies you have total by multiplying. So division is going to be the opposite of multiplication. So I could say, in this example, 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. But that's because 3 times 4 equals 12. So if you know your multiplication facts, specifically that multiplication table, you can do division of any numbers that are in that table. Okay, now let's try modeling the division of 15 divided by 3. So I'm going to draw 15 cookies. And I want to divide them up into 3 bags. So we're going to do 1 cookie at a time. So there's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 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 and here. So 15 divided by 3 looks like this. We had 15 and we broke them into groups of 3, and each group has 5. So the quotient of 15 and 3 is 5. How could we check our answer? Well, we could check our answer by doing 3 times 5, and that would make 15. So division and multiplication are related. Now, maybe you're just learning, right? And you haven't memorized those multiplication facts in that multiplication table. You should. Okay, so you might need to reference that now, but eventually you should know them. And if you forget your multiplication table, just remember multiplication is repeated addition, division is repeated subtraction. So let's do these divisions. Now you'll see that I've written these a couple different ways because you can have more than one symbol for division, just like you can have more than one symbol for multiplication. But they all mean divide. So here, 36 divided by 9 is going to equal 4 because we know from that table that 9 times 4 equals 36. Okay, let's do 42 divided by 7. That's going to equal 6 because 6 times 7 equals 42. 72 divided by 8. So that's going to equal 9 because 9 times 8 is equal to 72. And again, all three of these facts are from your multiplication table. Now, multiplication, there were two rules. One of the rules was anything that's multiplied by 0 equals 0, and anything multiplied by 1 equal itself. Similarly, for division, we're going to have two rules. So the first rule is related to the number 0. 0 divided by anything equals 0. So let's think about why that's true. 0 divided by 52. So I've got 0 cookies and I've got 52 bags. So there's 52 bags here. How many cookies go in each bag? None, because I have no cookies to divide up. Example 3b, 0 divided by 864. I have 0 cookies and 864 bags. Each bag has 0 cookies in it. Now, let's note, you are not allowed to divide by 0. This is very important. If you're putting cookies in the bag, you have 5 cookies, but you have no bags. So since there's no bags, you can't group them for the division problem. So here, 13 divided by 0 is not possible. And in math, we call that undefined. And then part B, 96 divided by 0 is not possible. And again, I would call that undefined. Now take a minute to look at the differences in example 3 and example 4. So let's take the division symbol in between the numbers left to right. 0 divided by 52, and down here 96 divided by 0. So you can see when the 0 is first, the answer is 0, but when the 0 is second, so we have divided by 0, it's not possible or undefined. And similarly, if we write it in fraction form, 0 divided by 864 is equal to 0, but 13 divided by 0 is not possible or undefined. So if you have a fraction and the 0 is on top, it's cool, it equals 0. But if the 0 is on bottom, it's not possible, undefined. So now the second rule is that anything divided by 1 equals itself. Anything divided by 1 equals itself. So here, if I have 987,654 divided by 1, that means I've got that many cookies and I'm going to put them all into one bag. So all cookies are going to go into that one bag. So 987,654 cookies in that one bag. Similarly, 136,946 divided by 1 will equal 136,946. So now, you might have seen it in example 3 and 4, but did you notice that you can't swap the order in division? So in multiplication and also addition, you can swap order. Think of 3 plus 5, 5 plus 3. 3 times 5, 5 times 3. But you are not allowed to swap the order in division, and you're also not allowed to swap the order in subtraction. So no swapping in subtraction either. Now, in the chapter for this section, they're going to call that the commutative property, when you can switch the order. So I'm going to do the second part of dividing whole numbers, where you're not just using that multiplication table, in part 2 of the videos.